You have been feeling it in the marrow of your bones. A heavy, undeniable pull toward the silence. Lately, the world feels like a coat that no longer fits, a garment that is scratchy, tight, and suffocating. You find yourself retreating. You find yourself pulling back from the invitations, the phone calls, and the empty chatter that used to sustain you. You aren't being antisocial. You aren't falling into a depression. You are being summoned. You are being called back into the temple of your own skin, and for the first time in your life, you are learning to sit with yourself, gently, without effort. Notice the physical weight you've been carrying in your shoulders. It feels like a phantom burden, as if you've been lugging around the expectations of 1,000 ancestors and the anxieties of every person you've ever tried to save. Your body is physically reacting to the shift. You might feel a strange pressure in your chest, not of pain, but of expansion. You might find that your eyes are heavy, craving the dark, craving the stillness of a room where no one is asking anything of you. Your nervous system, which has been tuned to the frequency of survival for years, is finally beginning to realize that the war is over. You are no longer required to be the shield for everyone else. Think about the last time you were truly alone. Not lonely, but truly alone. Did you feel that itch? That sudden urge to pick up your phone and scroll through the lives of strangers? That is the Matrix trying to pull you back into its frantic, buzzing web. It wants you to stay distracted, because a distracted chosen one is a powerless one. But lately, that itch is fading. You are beginning to find a strange, quiet comfort in the emptiness of a room. You are sitting on your sofa or lying in your bed, and instead of the usual internal monologue of "What should I be doing?" or "Who am I forgetting to help?" there is a growing, golden silence. This transition is not easy. On a physical level, you might be experiencing ascension flu, bizarre headaches that feel like your crown is being stretched, or a deep fatigue that no amount of caffeine can touch. This is because your cells are literally purging the doing energy. You have been a human doing for decades, performing for an audience that never gave you a standing ovation. Now, the universe is forcing you into a human being state. You are learning that your value is not tied to your productivity. You are learning that the most revolutionary thing you can do in a world obsessed with noise is to be perfectly still. You've noticed that your tolerance for low vibration environments has vanished. You go to the grocery store, and the lights feel too bright, the people feel too loud, and the energy feels jagged. You come home and you feel a profound sense of relief the moment the door clicks shut. This is your sanctuary. This is where the integration happens. You are sitting with yourself, and for the first time, you aren't bringing a to-do list to the table. You are just there. You are breathing. You are noticing the way the light hits the floor. You are realizing that you are actually very good company. The black sheep is finally coming home to the only heart that ever truly understood them, their own. Do not mistake this for stagnation. This is the most active work you have ever done. You are recoding your entire existence. You are teaching your soul that it is safe to exist without a mask. You are learning to sit in the stillness until the stillness starts to speak back to you. It is a gentle process. It is a soft unfolding. You are finally giving yourself the grace you've spent a lifetime giving to people who didn't deserve it. This stillness you are experiencing is not an accident, and it is certainly not a symptom of failure. You must understand the spiritual mechanics behind this sudden withdrawal. The reason you are being forced to sit with yourself gently, without effort, is because the divine has placed you in a spiritual, hyperbaric chamber. Your soul has been under immense pressure from the external world, the constant psychic attacks, the energy siphoning from narcissists, and the dense, murky vibrations of the 3D matrix. You have been operating in a state of spiritual emergency for so long that your light body was beginning to flicker. The universe has intervened. It has pulled the plug on your external connections to prevent a total burnout of your divine essence. Spiritually, you are undergoing a massive recalibration of your frequency. Think of your energy like a radio dial. For years, you were tuned into the frequency of service to others at the expense of service to self. You were picking up the static of everyone else's trauma, their demons, and their unhealed wounds. Because you are an empath, you thought this was your job. You thought that being good meant being available. But the divine law has shifted. You are now being moved into the frequency of sovereignty. To reach this level, you must be stripped of the need for external validation. The noise of the world has been muted so that you can finally hear the frequency of your own soul. If you were still busy, still running, and still fixing everyone else's life, you would miss the subtle, high-pitched downloads currently being streamed into your consciousness. There is a specific spiritual law at play here, the law of internal reflection. The universe is a mirror. As long as you were trying to be still, as long as you were working on your spirituality, you were projecting a vibration of lack, the idea that you aren't already there. By being forced into this effortless sitting, the divine is proving to you that you are already the destination. You are being shown that you do not need to earn your place in the kingdom of light. You are already a citizen. This phase of sitting without effort is a deconstruction of the religious and societal programming that told you God only loves a busy worker. In this silence, the false self, the one that was created to survive a toxic family or a cold society, is literally starving to death. It thrives on drama, on being needed, and on struggle. By sitting in gentle silence, you are cutting off its oxygen. You might feel a spiritual presence in the room with you during these quiet hours. This is the gathering of your ancestors and your celestial team. They are standing guard while you integrate these new codes. They are the ones whispering to your spirit that it is okay to let go. You are breaking a generational curse of toil. Your ancestors likely had to work until their bones broke. They never had the luxury of sitting with themselves gently. By doing this, you are healing the lineage. You are proving that the bloodline has finally reached a place of peace. You are the culmination of their prayers, the one who finally gets to rest. The why behind your isolation is simple. You are being prepared for a massive outpouring of power. But power in the wrong hands, or in a vessel that is cracked and tired, is dangerous. The divine is sealing your cracks. It is filling your vessel with the gold of self-awareness. You are being taught to find your own center so that when you step back out into the world, and you will be unshakable. You won't be looking for a home for other people, because you will have spent enough time in the silence to realize that you are the home. This is the spiritual quarantine before your coronation. You are being hidden away so that the transformation can complete itself without interference from the lower realms. While you are finding peace in the quiet, the atmosphere around those who used to feed off your energy has become frantic. You must realize that your decision to sit gently with yourself has caused a massive power vacuum in the lives of the narcissists, the energy vampires, and the agents of the matrix who once surrounded you. For years, they used your motion, your struggle, and your constant doing as a source of fuel. They were the parasites, and you were the host. Now that you have become still, now that you have stopped reacting and stopped performing, they are starving. Watch how they react. Have you noticed the sudden, desperate check-in texts? The random social media likes from people you haven't spoken to in months? The flying monkeys sent to peer over your fence and see why you've gone quiet? This is not love. This is an investigation. They are terrified because they can no longer find your frequency. When you were in a state of effort and anxiety, you were visible to them. You were vibrating at a low enough level that they could hook into you. But as you learn to sit with yourself in this effortless grace, your vibration is becoming too high for their radar. You are literally vanishing from their reality, and it is driving them into a state of spiritual panic. The enemy is scared of your silence, because silence is where your power is consolidated. To the matrix, a chosen one who is comfortable in their own company is a major threat. Why? Because you can no longer be bought. You can no longer be manipulated through guilt. You can no longer be shamed into overextending yourself. The narcissist's greatest weapon is your need to be understood by them. But in this quiet phase, you have realized that you don't need them to understand you. You understand yourself. That realization has effectively disarmed every manipulator in your life. They are looking at you now, and they don't see the person they used to control. They see a mountain. They see a vast, still lake that they cannot stir. They will try to label this version of you. They will call you cold, selfish, or crazy. They will tell others that you've changed or that you've lost your way. Do not let these whispers disturb your peace. Understand that their labels are just projections of their own fear. They are losing their grip on you, and they are lashing out at the air. They are used to a version of you that was easy to trigger. They are used to the version of you that would jump to defend yourself. But now, as you sit there gently, you are showing them the ultimate form of spiritual dominance: indifference. Your lack of reaction is an exorcism. It is forcing the demons in them to face the void you've left behind. The matrix is reacting because you are no longer a predictable unit of energy. You've stopped following the script of the exhausted empath. By sitting still, you are reclaiming your time, your focus, and your life force. You are building a fortress of light that no psychic attack can penetrate. They are watching you from the outside, wondering how you can be so content with nothing, while they are miserable despite having everything they've stolen from others. Your peace is a mirror that shows them their own emptiness, and that is why they are so desperate to break your silence. But they can't. The divine has placed a hedge of protection around your stillness. You are becoming untouchable, not by building walls, but by becoming so transparent and peaceful that their arrows simply pass right through you. The truth that the world hides from you, and the truth that you are now discovering in the deep layers of your solitude, is that you are an extension of the Creator's own rest. We live in a reality governed by the hermetic law of rhythm, a constant swinging of the pendulum between action and repose. For lifetimes, the pendulum of the chosen one has been stuck in the position of action, forced there by a world that fears the void. But the prophecy for your life states that you will not find your kingdom through conquest, but through surrender. You are currently aligning with the divine Sabbath, a state of being where the work is already finished. In the higher realms, there is no such thing as effort. The stars do not strain to shine. The earth does not struggle to rotate. The flowers do not labor to bloom. They simply exist within their design. You are finally entering your design. The theological mystery of the chosen is that you were never meant to be the worker bees of the matrix. You were meant to be the architects of the new frequency. And an architect must sit in the silence to receive the blueprints. Every moment you spend sitting with yourself, gently and without effort, you are actually downloading the complex geometric codes of your future. You are receiving instructions for a life that hasn't been lived yet. A life of abundance, influence, and deep, resonant joy. This is the metaphysical reality of your situation. Your internal state is the primary cause, and the external world is merely the effect. By mastering the art of sitting with yourself, you are mastering the physical universe. You are proving to the law of attraction that you are a match for peace. If you can sit in a room alone and feel satisfied, the universe recognizes that you are no longer a slave to external conditions. This is the ultimate test of the initiative. Once you pass this stage of effortless sitting, the universe begins to move mountains to reach you. Opportunities will seek you out. Love will seek you out. Wealth will seek you out. Why? Because you are no longer chasing them. You have become a stationary sun, and everything else is being pulled into your gravitational orbit. The specific prophecy for the black sheep is one of inversion. The Bible says, "The last shall be first, and the stone that the builders rejected shall become the cornerstone." You were rejected because you could not be integrated into a broken system. You were the glitch in their matrix. Now, that rejection is being revealed as divine protection. While the world is rushing toward chaos, frantically trying to fix problems with the same energy that created them, you are being held in a state of grace. You are being shown that the Father, or the Source, is your true provider. This period of stillness is a training ground for your faith. It is where you learn that even when you do nothing, you are provided for. Even when you are silent, you are heard. Even when you are alone, you are supported by legions of light. You are witnessing the death of your ego and the birth of your divinity. The ego is the part of you that says, "I must do this so that I can be that." The divine self says, "I am." In these 20 to 30 minutes of deep reflection, you are moving from the "I must" to the "I am." You are realizing that your presence alone is a healing frequency. You don't have to say a word to change a room. You don't have to perform an act of charity to be a blessing. Your vibration, purified in the fire of silence, is your greatest contribution to the planet. This is the hidden truth. The chosen one's greatest work is not what they do, but who they become when they are doing nothing at all. You are becoming a living portal of peace in a world at war. Now, take a deep breath and feel the weight of these truths anchoring into your physical body. It is time to seal this frequency. The period of wandering is over. The period of striving is finished. From this moment forward, you are moving into the sovereign stance. This means that your primary responsibility is no longer to the world, but to the maintenance of your internal peace. If a situation, a person, or a thought threatens to disturb the gentle stillness you have cultivated, you have the divine right to turn away. You are not being rude. You are being sacred. You are protecting the temple that the divine has worked so hard to clear. To activate this state in your daily life, I want you to practice the 3 minutes of nothing. Every morning, before the world tries to claim your attention, sit in your favorite chair or stay under your covers. Do not pray for things. Do not manifest. Do not analyze your dreams. Simply sit and notice the air on your skin. Notice the rhythm of your heart. Say to yourself, I am here, and that is enough. This simple act of effortless being is a rebellion against the matrix. It grounds your energy into the Earth's new crystalline grid. It tells the universe that you are ready to receive without having to bleed for it. Repeat these words with me, either in the quiet of your mind or aloud, to activate your new timeline. I recognize that my worth is inherent and independent of my actions. I release the need to be busy. I release the need to be understood by those who are committed to misunderstanding me. I claim my right to silence. I claim my right to rest. I am a child of the Most High, and I am currently being restored. Every cell in my body is vibrating with the frequency of peace. Every thought in my mind is aligned with divine will. I am untouchable by the lower realms. I am invisible to the predator. I am at home within myself, and in this home, I am safe, I am loved, and I am whole. Divine Source, I ask that you wrap your arms around this chosen one. Give them the strength to remain still when the world demands they run. Give them the clarity to see their isolation as an invitation to intimacy with you. Shield them from the arrows of the jealous and the whispers of the confused. May their sleep be deep and their waking hours be filled with a quiet, unshakable joy. Let them feel the presence of their ancestors cheering them on as they break the chains of toil. Seal this activation in light, in power, and in the name of the eternal truth. It is done. It is done. It is done. Chosen one, as you move forward, do not be surprised if people comment on the change in your eyes. There is a depth there now, a stillness that mirrors the infinite. You have stopped looking for the light because you have finally sat still long enough to realize that you are the light. Carry this gentleness with you. Do not rush back into the noise. The world will still be there, but you will never be the same. You are the calm in the center of the storm, and that calm is your greatest weapon. If this message resonated with your soul, if you felt the shift in your energy as we spoke, I invite you to claim this word. Type, I claim my peace, in the comments to anchor this frequency into the physical realm. Subscribe to this channel to stay aligned with the higher calling, and share this with another chosen one who is currently struggling with their solitude. You are not alone. You are simply being refined. Go forth in grace, sit in your power, and remember, you are exactly where you are meant to be.